What is up, everybody? I am back and going to react to this Ted Kaczynski / Steve Bannon lookalike, Salty Cracker, again pushing anti-vax misinformation for, clout. You know, the reason why I'm pushing backs on folks like Salty Cracker is because folks like Phil Valentine, like another Anti Vax Radio Host, passed away like a few months ago. And if you guys saying like, well, I'm not anti-vax, I'm pro-choice. One of the hosts in question literally called himself Mr. Anti-vax. Well, it's not Phil Valentine, that's another one, Mark Bernier. But yeah, it seems to be like the trend right now with like a prominent anti-vax host dying from COVID, pushing the same misinformation this guy Salty Cracker has to a 600,000 YouTube audience, which needs to be pushed back. And if I get clout out of that, I mean, yeah, that'd be nice. You know what I'm saying? It'd be nice to get some clout pushing back on anti-vax misinformation. But let's go.
This was on CNN, and I saw some people on Twitter screaming about this. Oh, these anti.
So yeah, he gets his news just like I get my news, mainly from Twitter.
Anti-vaxxers, see, they're terrorists going around assaulting the TikTok nurses. Oh, now you were back to carrying.
I mean, to be fair with you, I mean, the militant anti-vaxxers basically are. I mean, there's a thing with being vaccine hesitant because it's experimental and all that, because it's not approved by the FDA, and then there's militant anti-vax stuff like this comes from Salty Cracker. And the ironic thing about the most militant anti-vaxxers is they're already vaccinated. Most of them, most folks pushing like heavy vaccine misinformation, like on Twitter, like Alex Berenson and Tucker Carlson, they're already vaccinated. I don't know about this guy, but yeah, all of the mainstream anti-vax folks are vaccinated. But
about nurses, I'm getting whiplash when it comes to when we're supposed to care about the nurses. Last year during a worldwide pandemic, gotta care about the nurses. I gotta suffer through their insufferable TikTok routines. And then
you know what? I actually agree with him on that point. I mean, especially about last year during the pandemic, we didn't really see that much footage from inside the hospitals. We mainly saw, the main hospital footage we saw was like TikTok dance videos. And guessing like they're doing TikTok dance videos, meaning there's a lot of downtime. My sister works at a hospital, and she pretty much told me like the hospitals did get a bit full, but there was a lot of downtime, and a lot of folks got what's that word? Damn, my brain fucking froze. But yeah, they got sent on a leave because there wasn't much work going on. Because the hospitals had to be prepared for COVID and all that, and they didn't allow other like patients and stuff from like other ailments.
You guys tried to force medically procedure them, and then they said that they weren't into that, and then you guys were firing them, so then we were back to fuck nurses. I guess at that
here
point.
Comes
and now
here
we're
comes
back
the fanboy.
No. Now you have to care about the nurses. It's get a little bit twingy.
I mean, they are the front lines, you know.
In the neck, lefties. But
see, that's the thing. Like, he's trying to separate anybody that disagrees with BS as a lefty. I'm not a lefty. To be honest with you, I'm more of like a moderate, like libertarian type. You know, I mean, a lot of people who are like pro-vaccine aren't just liberals. I mean, Trump is pro-vaccine. Trump, I mean, literally, like the guy he supports, the leader of his movement, literally supports vaccines. He got vaccinated and wants his base to get vaccines. So seriously, the leader of the MAGA movement wants you to get a vaccine. So who you contradicting? Yeah.
Take a look at this. We're over here at everybody's favorite, most esteemed news source of all time.
I mean,
boys,
seriously.
World leader.
Seriously, like Salty's audience always throws off like these weird conspiratorial arguments. Like here's one from Sperming the Cat. Pfizer demanded any contracts made with the government to be sealed. Where's your source on that? See, you don't even provide a source on that. You're just saying that talking point without providing where the source of that information came from. We are concerned with the government merger of business and government. Where is your spermie the cat? Where's your source? I'd love to know your source for that. And if it's 4chan, then I wouldn't trust anything from 4chan. Look,
when it comes to truthiness.
Bro, you're very far from spreading any kind of truth, bro. Especially during the election where you're one of the bigger spreaders of the big lie on YouTube. And it turned out you was completely full of shit and you didn't really focus on January 6th at all. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're not really getting the truth from this guy. You're only getting one side of the truth, which is highly biased towards like the right. Well, the far right. But yeah, let's go.
Man punches nurse in the face multiple times after his wife is vaccinated for COVID. Now,
that's what I call militant anti-vax hesitancy. And it says the story is coming from Canada, but
lefties are not going to read the rest of the article because most of them can't, to be honest with you.
And look at this guy saying most lefties can't. He's trying to say lefties are less intelligent than his side, which is complete crap because most folks on the left have a college degree. Now, pretty much to be strongly on the cultural left these days is to have a college education. I mean, I know not to say like having a college education makes you smarter and all that or have more common sense, but basically they pretty much know basically what's going on more so than your average anti-vaxxer who most likely has spiritual reasons or heard the information from a radio host like Phil Valentine or this Ted Kaczynski lookalike.
The other half of them, they've got herpes, and so they got to go out and shoot more meth or something like this. I can't quite figure out how leftism works. But they're not going to bother reading the rest of the story. They're just going to sit there and go, oh, Donald Trump, anti-science, racist bitch.
Trump is one of the biggest biggest pro-vaxxers out there, salty cracker. The thing is, like, you're pushing back on Trump's biggest accomplishment, which was Operation Warp Speed. You're discrediting one of Trump's biggest accomplishments as president, like rolling out like these vaccines this fast. And the thing is, like, the Pfizer vaccine I've taken works. It's safe and effective. So, I mean, you're just spreading this vaccine disinformation that a guy around Phil Valentine's age would say reaffirms his belief about not taking the vaccine, but then he'll end up getting COVID and passing away like Phil Valentine did. So you're not really helping anything, bro. You're just spreading BS to make your anti-vax audience feel good. And the thing is, like, you're raking a whole lot of money from ad revenue, and what are they benefiting off of? I mean, they might catch COVID and pass away because they deny that the vaccines are effective. So what are you doing?
Bigot got around punching nurses that, again, we care about all of a sudden. And, well, first of all, this is Canada. I don't know how many Trump supporters are in Canada. I'm sure it's an anti-Trudeau person. But lefties are now just going to run around. They're going to say, see, these anti-vaxxers, they're terrorisms. This is domestic terrorism that Joe Biden was talking about. Again, wrong fucking country, idiots. These fucking idiots don't know, by the way. They're fucking leftards. They're going, Joe Biden's not the president of Canada?
See, this is just bad faith bullshit. It's from my perspective. What he's like, this video is just bad faith BS.
It works.
It's just bad faith on the libs BS. Because he's reacting to a CNN article, basically owning the libs because the man punches a nurse in the face with his wife. The man punches the nurse in the face of his wife who got COVID. Man, I'm just.
You gotta read into this a little bit. And then the second that you start reading into it a little bit, more questions pop up. It says, police are looking for a man in Canada. They say punched a nurse in the face multiple times, knocking her to the ground after she administered a COVID-19 vaccine to his wife without his permission. Okay, so, What? He needs his...
You know what? To be fair, Canada does have separate laws from the. See, the thing about Canada, the difference between Canada and the U.S. is Canadians value community and Americans value freedom. That's the thing. Canada is like politically to the left of us. I mean, even their conservative party would be seen as like a moderate Democrat. I mean, for real, Canada conservatives are basically like moderate Democrats. And the thing is, like, they see COVID as more of a public health crisis than as a political issue in the U.S. So, basically, if one person, because they got universal health care and all that. But yeah, go ahead.
Inside the CVS was giving out vaccines, but didn't have the permission of this woman's husband? I'm getting a weird, austere, religious scholar vibe from this, friends. On Monday around 9:15, a man walked into Brunette Pharmacy in Sherbrooke, a city in southern Quebec, and accused a nurse in her 40s, who police have not named, of vaccinating.
Bruh, it's Quebec. Can you pronounce that right, Salty? Quebec.
His wife. Sherbrooke police spokesman Martin Carrier told CNN. Okay, so this person walked into a pharmacy and then is like knocking out nurses. So I presume that the woman originally went into a pharmacy, maybe to get a flu shot. I'm not quite sure. They don't speculate. They don't give any other information like this. They just go, oh my God, I can't believe he punched her in the face multiple times. And by the way, there's no law in Canada that says individuals need their spouse's permission to get vaccinated. It's unclear if his wife had given consent.
Yeah, exactly. They don't have a Bill of Rights like we do. I mean, yeah, they basically still get their rights from the Queen somewhat. Yeah, Canada's kind of weird. It's still very politically influenced by the UK. And if you see Australia right now, like other Anglosphere countries are more collectivist than the US are. They don't value freedom as much as we do. So they're more likely to get vaccinated or come together to all take the vaccine together compared to us, where it's a freedom of choice issue.
Okay, so this is where we need more information. What's going on here?
More information, considering the guy is spreading disinformation.
What's going on here? Did you again accidentally inoculate somebody with COVID-19 and therefore pissing off somebody's husband? Could be. We just saw this in this country, by the way. Or is there something else going on over here? In which case, now you got a situation where you're telling me that you're looking for this person, right? Oh, look at this. We've got, they start giving you numbers. Oh, look at this. Canada's vaccinated 69% of its population, 15% more than America.
And the thing is, I consider this an accomplishment. The U.S. is over 70% vaccinated, which is an incredible accomplishment thanks to President Trump and his Operation Warp Speed. And this guy, Sodi, is discrediting Trump's biggest accomplishment. That's the funniest thing about this shit. You guys are such Trump supporters, yet you guys are not supporting one of Trump's biggest accomplishments. Don't get the logic.
And then tells you that the Canadians, they love their vaccine mandates, man. They love their passports, please. They love all of the medical martial law. I mean, I'm sorry. Medical helpiness, boys. They love Big Daddy Trudeau and the government getting involved.
Yeah, because Canadians are more collectivists on average than Americans are. I mean, like their saying goes, it's peace, order, and good government.
On everybody's butthole.
That's their motto: peace, order, and good government. I've been there 3 times. They're more communitarian than Americans are on average.
Okay. Look at this, and they're saying everybody loves the new mandates. Everybody's fine with it. And then it says, please do not have a name.
Most in the U.S. are as well. Well, mostly the blue American states, not really the red states.
Photo of the suspect or security footage of the incident. Well, the fuck you say? Hold on. You're telling me there's a pharmacy that's full of fucking morphine and fentanyl in the back, and there are no security cameras? There's no security cameras? Why don't you have any security camera footage of this individual? It's almost like you don't want this person arrested. But he beat up one of your TikTok nurses in regards to this vaccine.
And then he called it TikTok. Doing ridicule. You're not even doing it well, man. This dude trying to do the Alinsky rules for radical type thing, because they assume most liberals get their ideology from rules for radicals. So he's like using their own rules against them. But he sounds like a total clown, just signaling to his audience. But yeah, I'm gonna move on from that misinformation and share a message from Phil Valentine. A very, very well-known, nationally known, and formerly anti-vax radio host who caught COVID-19 and passed away, and regrets he spreaded the anti-vax message that the Salty Army's hero, Salty Cracker, proudly pushes. So let's push back on the Salty Army. And I'd like to give thanks to Volpe1970 for subscribing to me. Thanks. Yeah, that guy is he's another one of Salty's audience who's skeptical about vaccines. Yeah, I'm not gonna go all there, but another vaccine skeptic. But let's go to the message from Phil Valentine. And yeah, having technical difficulties as usual. Okay. Come on. Oh, I guess I gotta oh, come on. Oh yeah, here we go with the YouTube ass. You see, I understand the skepticism from your guys' side, mainly because Big Pharma is heavily pushing this message on mainstream media, and like I'd be a bit skeptical too. Like, why would Big Pharma pushing this so much? I can see there, but there's plenty of evidence the vaccines
the easiest,
work.
most accurate way
and
to
there's
prospect.
plenty of evidence, like the folks pushing like anti-vax messages have caught COVID and regret it.
Simply sign
this
up for
is my
free.
main point. That's my main argument. Don't be like these folks. Don't be like Phil Valentine. Don't be like
to get vaccinated.
The CDC now reversing course and telling people to wear a mask indoors no matter their vaccine.
See, yeah, I see exactly where the skepticism is coming from. Because these guys, I mean, they've been flip-flopping.
Vaccination status. This applies to areas with high transmission rates. And according to the CDC, Tennessee falls in that category.
I agree with that. When
the
CDC came out.
Phil Valentine.
Damage control on an error in judgment that he regrets.
Just a few days ago, Phil Valentine's family.
Let's go back here. Sorry about that.
Usually hosts his radio show, but tonight he's in the hospital with COVID-19 and has one simple message: get vaccinated.
We're here to do some damage control on an error in judgment that he regrets.
Just a few days ago, Phil Valentine's family thought he wasn't going to make it. The conservative radio host's been in the hospital since July 16th with COVID-19 after contracting pneumonia. Right now, Phil's using an oxygen machine to help him breathe. He's been an outspoken skeptic of the COVID-19 vaccine and never got it himself. On social media, he's posted about potential rare side effects and doctors telling him children should not get the vaccine.
Phil posted on Facebook instances of vaccine hesitancy and said, common sense told us that if you weren't at risk for COVID, you shouldn't get the vaccine. And he's talking.
Same talking point I heard from a lot of Salty Crackers Army. Same exact talking points. And I know most of the right get their information from talk radio hosts like Russ Limbaugh, Larry Elder, folks like Phil Valentine, and Mr. Anti-vax Mark Bernier. But I'm going to talk about Mark Bernier in another video later. But here we go with, let's finish this.
About several side effects from the vaccine. Does he wish he went about this differently?
Oh, yeah. He got it wrong. And I mean, it's that simple. He
brother.
looked at the information and he assessed his own physical condition, his age.
Phil's brother Mark says he went to get the vaccine right away after seeing his brother's condition and encourages others to do the same.
We're anxious for that word to get out.
You heard that? That anti-vax host regrets not getting the vaccine, and his brother says if you're in that, I mean, especially if you're around sensitive age, like around over 50, or if you're overweight, it's a good idea to get the vaccine. I mean, it's your choice, basically.
We're anxious for the politics to be taken out of this. It's a public health situation.
And I know that you told me that Phil regrets not encouraging the COVID-19 vaccine more. And does he feel people didn't get the vaccine because of his stance on it?
I realize now that my not getting it probably encouraged other people not to get it. And I'm here because he can't be here to tell you that he's adamant, and he is upset that he was not more adamantly pro-vaccination when he had the opportunity to be.
As you heard, simple as that. Vaccines work, folks. That's the simple message I want to spread as somebody who's fully vaccinated from Pfizer. Any doubts about the Pfizer? Just leave me a comment. So yeah, pretty much like an anti-vax host regretted not getting the vaccine. So leave a comment, give me a like if you feel